What's up, everyone? Donnie with SonyCentric Podcast number 58, brought to you by Outerhaven Productions. And with me today, as usual, we got the usual gang in town. I have with me the lovely Yanni.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So Yanni, you're it's a big week in gaming, Yanni.
Huge week. A lot going on this week, let me tell you.
Can you fill me in a bit on what's because I'm parched. I'm tired. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm everything. But
right,
what's going on this week? What's happening?
As far as what goes on for March, PlayStation Plus. You know, last month we had Little Big Planet and Not a Hero. Those games are really fun. You know, it definitely helped me pass some time until Horizon came out. I don't know about you, but yeah.
Horizon's so good.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later for sure. But PlayStation Plus games for March, you've got Disc Jam on PS4, Fairway Unfolded on PS4, Under Night and Earth X Late on PS3, Earth Defense Force 2025 PS3. We've got Lumo for PS Vita, and then Severed for PS Vita as well.
And then, of course, we have the magnificent Horizon Zero Dawn, which came out this week as well.
Right.
That's I really don't feel like that game even needs an introduction. If you haven't gone and played that game yet, what the hell are you doing?
Literally.
Yeah. So you're working on the review for Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, definitely. I put some hours into the game, and it is so much fun, man.
Yeah. So this review is heading in a positive direction?
Oh, of course. Oh my gosh, definitely.
Yeah, we, obviously, as people know, this is not the only podcast I do. I do a podcast with my channel, Neobites, as well. And we've actually put our review up already over there. And yeah, we gave it nothing but praise as far as a game is. As far as, first, I beat it. I could have gone and done all like the side quests and everything, but because of review purposes and because of the fact that we were trying to kind of jumble everything into one pot and get everything out for people to get a review for the game, and rest assured, it's a fantastic game. But right now, like I said, I have no problem saying that Horizon Zero Dawn is the best IP on PlayStation right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to hear that. Like, yeah, no doubt right now. And you know, as far as game of the year, I know we're only we're in March now. I know we're only in March now, but I cannot wait to see what this game, is gonna, what kind of awards it's gonna take, at the end of the year.
Yeah, there's it's a bit of a hard call right now, just because of the fact that we have just major ginormous titles coming out, like God of War. The new God of War title is coming.
You think that's going to come out this year?
Oh, I would say that. I think the God of War is going to come out by the end of 2017. I think God of War is going to drop for sure. And then, of course, what isn't coming out this year, I don't think, but if it does, that'll be just a miracle. Obviously, Last of Us 2. But right now, we're talking about these are the kind of titles that can go up against Horizon Zero Dawn.
Right. Yeah.
And also, of course, the one and only Death Stranding, which we don't know anything about, and it will probably be magnificent in its own right. And which which me and you also discussed last podcast. We had this theory about, we thought that we think that Kojima might have had his hand in a bit of Horizon Zero Dawn as far as helping to develop it.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, but again, we're going to talk about that more later on in the podcast, just to have a full blown discussion on our thoughts of it so far and where it's heading and where we think a definitive sequel will go. So far. But let's get into, as usual, we'd like to start this podcast off. You went over the game releases for this week for the PlayStation. Thank you for that. We have, obviously, gaming news to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
For this week. And we're going to start it off with our gaming news comes directly from, obviously, we have some rumors here and there, yada, yada, whatever. But our gaming news comes directly from PlayStation's blog. So this is all the up-to-date gaming news. If you haven't gone around to check out PlayStation's blog and you just like the way we sound and like our voices and want to hear the news from us, this is what's going on this week in gaming. We have basically first one on the list is Nier Automata was basically fueled by an unknown passion. From what we're hearing, it was considered a cult classic. So the fact that this game was made, it's kind of weird that it was made. It's kind of weird that it was put out.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Because obviously there was an original Nier for PS3, and I mean it had a very, very cult following behind it, but it wasn't like a massive title.
Right.
And now you have Nier Automata that comes out by Platinum Games, and so far, review-wise, it's doing very well.
That's the thing from what I've seen. I haven't gotten to test it out myself yet, but I have seen some gameplay videos, and from what you discussed about the following of it and everything and why it released. Is that what you're saying? You're saying like.
Yeah, it's a surprising release to say the least. In the fact that Nier Automata. Nier, the original one, was a completely different type of storyline. Father looking for a cure for his daughter kind of thing. Very, very different. But it had a cult following behind it. And again, it's surprising that the game came out. My issue with that is that I don't understand why. I'm sorry, I drank a little bit of soda beforehand, so I'm like burping on the microphone. My issue is that I don't get how Platinum Games can make Nier Automata, and it's a so far from review scores, it's a very, very solid title, and then they can't make a decent Ninja Turtles game.
Are you talking about the one that came out last year, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't understand it. What were you gonna say?
No, that's the thing. I don't know what to say either, because I've heard a lot of people talk bad about the Ninja Turtles game. Again, I haven't played that one either, but seeing as they're from the same developer and everything, yeah, I get why you're a little disappointed there.
Yeah, but again, I guess there's so many teams that go into game development that you don't always have the same type of people working on the title. There's like, again, Platinum Games is a pretty big company, so probably certain people are here and certain people are there. Kind of like Ubisoft has Ubisoft Montreal, Ubisoft, So I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit of an audio interference right now from my computer for some reason. So yeah, that's surprising to me. But again, Nier Automata is definitely a very good title from what we're hearing so far. Good job, Platinum Games, for doing the Nier series justice, and we hope for that to continue forward. Next on the list we have CD Projekt Red was talking with basically Guerrilla Games and congratulating them about Horizon Zero Dawn, and all the fans are like, oh my god, like we need to have a crossover right now of Witcher, Geralt, and Horizon. Can you imagine that?
Oh my gosh, that would be insane. I'm not gonna lie, the aspects in the game, like in The Witcher you're riding a horse, am I right?
Yeah.
You're a horse in that game? Yeah. I got that kind of vibe when you ride the Strider in Horizon. Man, well, I won't get into that. I'm sorry. I started to want to talk about Horizon. We're gonna talk about that later, hey?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
So that's another little bit of news coming out your guys' way. In bigger news, Bungie revealed some new information in regards to Destiny 2 in their newest update. And Bungie states, word for word, sequels represent the start of a new adventure for every player, with new worlds to explore, new stories to tell, new powers to acquire, new loot to earn, and much more. This led to a decision that would enable us to serve both the game and the player's best interests. Destiny 1, power, possessions, and Eververse-related items and currency will not carry forward. They will, however, remain accessible to you in Destiny 1. So with that, Destiny 1 will die with Destiny 1, and Destiny 2 is a whole new ball game.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Did you play Destiny?
I got it not too long. Well, I don't want to say not too long ago. Maybe late in the fall last year, and I got it used. It was only $8. I wanted a new game, so I was really cool. I chose Hunter to start out with.
Okay. So also being left behind on Destiny 1 servers are all the Eververse items players paid real money to use. So that's a big issue because people paid money for these items and now they're gone in Destiny 2. That's sucks for people that invested money. But again, these are the things you do. I mean, you can expect, you invest money into Battlefield 1. When the new Battlefield comes out, you can expect that money.
Right.
It's just, it's the way the game works,
Yeah.
But what else are they saying here? Their Guardians will transfer over to the new game so long as they've reached light level 20 and have completed the mission, the Black Garden. Shifting to more exciting news, the Post mentioned that new event is planned called the Age of Triumph. There are no details revealed yet. It appears as though this event will test players in revisiting and conquering old content. So Destiny is a bit of a hit or miss in my book as far as Bungie is concerned. I'm sorry, it's so funny right now. If you were to see this on the video, I'm trying to scratch my nose and I'm doing it and the microphone's in my way, so my hand is going over the mic and I probably look ridiculous. But that's okay. So yeah, I was not a fan of the repetitive gameplay that was Destiny. It was very rinse, wash, repeat sort of deal. I was a fan of the Taken King, though. If that would have launched, if that heavy storyline kind of content would have launched with Destiny in the beginning, I might have stuck on board for a little longer, but I did not because it just took too long in my eyes. And because the Taken King was very good. I played some of it. It was very good. But I lost, just like with Division, I lost touch with the game quite fast. But it has a very, very serious fan base behind it. People still play it religiously. And overall, gameplay wise, I mean, it was Halo with massive multiplayer going on. I mean, we can't argue the fact that the aliens in this game are literally just elites with capes.
Right.
But that's a good thing, because the gameplay for Halo is so good that it works out well. So I really hope the best for Destiny 2. I hope that they concentrate on storyline, and I also hope that they bring in ship missions as well to fly your ship around that you're working on. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, whenever this does come out, I definitely want to hop on it because I definitely didn't catch the whole multiplayer community with Destiny. I'd want to be a part of that next time.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's Destiny 2 news. In other news, completely different topic altogether. Sony is competing with the Switch right now.
Really?
Yeah. There's all this Switch talk, and I feel like Sony is obviously Sony. They're doing their thing, and with that, they dropped their PS4 to €199 starting tomorrow to compete against the Switch. It is being confirmed by stores in Italy, Germany, and Netherlands, and Belgium. For the moment, nothing in Spain. It is basically, Sony saying, hey, well, guess what? We're number one, and now our console's even cheaper for you guys in Europe.
Yeah.
Which is
you know what's going to happen?
What's that?
People are gonna go and see the price. Yeah, they're gonna see the price for the PlayStation 4. They're gonna see all the games they can choose, and they're gonna.
Ooh.
I
said some Switch aggression happening
There's
with you.
No Switch aggression.
Oh my goodness gracious! Hey,
Nintendo's awesome.
Nintendo is awesome.
No, but I see. I see what Sony's trying to do. They're really trying to compete.
Sony's trying to be the god of gaming right now.
No, literally.
Yeah, literally. With Horizon Zero Dawn, they're not playing games. They're not playing around.
It literally just released. Like they don't want them. That's crazy.
Yeah, I actually, believe it or not, I picked up the Switch, tried out, initiated a gameplay. I started because I am working on my review for Zelda, and I still have trouble letting go of Horizon Zero Dawn.
The thing. No,
that good.
whenever I have time off of work, yeah, that's what I'm playing. Definitely, it's so
Yeah.
fun. I've been getting a little lost in the side quests. I won't lie.
It's
But
so funny how this whole podcast we're going off on different topics, and yet somehow, someway, we always get back to Horizon Zero Dawn. That's how serious it is. That's how serious this game is, people.
yeah.
Serious business happening.
But were we just talking about the Switch?
I feel like I'm yelling at people right now. I shouldn't be. But it's just go out and play the game, please. Do it. Do it. You owe it to yourself. If you're a gamer, it's just fantastic. In other news, this is actually funny news. I think this podcast is about to go comedy hour. No Man's Sky wins GDC award, but no one was around to accept it.
What award did they win?
The GDC award.
Oh, the GDC.
Gaming developers. Yeah, gaming. I believe that's Gaming Developers Conference.
So they won the award. Oh wow.
It seems like Sean Murray is still in hiding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. No, nothing to accept. Like no acceptance at all. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. It is quite interesting for sure. But it's embarrassing for him. I read up a bit on Sean Murray before the whole Horizon Zero Dawn debacle. And he's a pretty introverted guy. In the sense that he's not really big into. I'm a huge Sony fan. Thus, why I'm part of this podcast. Right. I love Sony, but I can only help but feel bad for the guy in the sense that No Man's Sky, I feel like was just something Sony was pushing the advertisements for that so hard.
They did. They really
that I felt like that guy Sean Murray got crushed under pressure, and it came to a point where I believe in that he knew that game wasn't going to be everything that what it was supposed to be. But I think with the fame and with the spotlight on you, with the cameras on you, you kind of like get caught up in this whole atmosphere of like, I got to save myself, so to speak, or I got to just go along with it. And gamers are rough. Gamers are serious. They're rough. They're serious. They're a serious group, serious bunch, and don't mess around with them. Don't tell them something, and then you don't deliver.
Can you run into other people, other players on the game?
Yes, but the chances of that are incredibly rare.
Want our stuff.
Yeah, I mean, hey, take the Switch for a perfect example. I went to New York City last night to film some at the official Nintendo store to film some Switch action, and fans of Nintendo are no joke. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
No joke. But again, so are Sony fans. You know, like
we all are.
And it's gaming has become almost like a religion, so to speak, for people. And it's don't mess around with them. Don't tell them something and then you don't deliver, because you could end up like the next EA. Look how long it took EA to get out of that hole that they dug. Now they're slowly starting to crawl out, but yeah. So that's, now that I think back, it's not really funny news. It's kind of sad. I'm sorry, Sean Murray. You shouldn't be hiding. Just come out and say I'm a stupid idiot and I shouldn't have lied about this fucking game. Anyway, continuing forward. Cool. Oh, more Horizon Zero Dawn news. Horizon Zero Dawn soundtrack is now available on Spotify. So if you want to hear a little a little kind of chanting and people singing, and my version is terrible, but you get the idea.
Right.
Spotify.
But on a real note, though, the song or the music, as you're traversing the land and everything, it's really pretty cool. I want to check that out.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I like this. So Horizon Zero Dawn, ton of positive news coming from, ton of positive reviews.
Oh yeah.
I love it. But for some gamers, there seems to be an issue with the opening of the game.
Sorry, what?
The issue is apparently with the discs, and has been reported by a small and yet significant number of people who purchased the game, with the most common problem reported being that the game locks up during the opening sequence, and you have to skip it entirely if you want to play the game. Others have reported that they've been getting disk read errors. If the problem persists even after, many of them have tried repeatedly only to receive the error message of the application could not be read. One Reddit user by the name of Alia94 also reported that there were problems in in-game cutscenes as well. Yeah, so... Ooh.
Oh, I'm so sorry for those guys.
People, there's some stuff going on with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah. Well, all I say is I hope they get reimbursed or get a new copy because that's no reason to not play the game. And it's just so good. And the opening cutscene, if they weren't able to see that, then
yeah,
you're missing out on a lot.
In other Sony news, because I don't like to stay on Horizon. I don't like to stay on negative Horizon news for too long because I love that game.
Can't do that.
We're gonna skip that real quick. In other Sony-related news, Uncharted 4 won the most GOTY awards in 2016. Overwatch considered in second place. We love ourselves some Uncharted 4. Good job, Nathan Drake.
Oh yeah, and Overwatch, I'm still waiting for that to go on sale.
People are going to want to shoot me through the screen and kill me and...
What are you gonna say? You don't like Nathan Drake?
No, I don't really. I'm not a fan of Overwatch.
Oh.
It's not my thing. I don't know. I don't know. Not really. I just tried it and I don't know. Kind of like I if anybody is interested, the type of gamer I am, I love stories. I'm a story gamer. Like I'm not really big into multiplayer anymore. I was when I was younger. I was part of the whole Halo LAN party thing going on and playing SOCOM and playing SOCOM with the boys. But yeah, I'm not really big into multiplayer, so Overwatch doesn't really fit my fancy. So yeah.
But you like
the
theatrical games, the ones that'll pull you in and everything.
Because I'm a film buff, you know. I'm a film buff.
You did say that. I get that.
You know, like, and I'm all about that life. I'm all about like heavy storylines. Like I love The Last of Us. Like,
yeah, and for it to be in a game, like.
Yeah, serious.
Make the choices. Yeah, but I get why you like that kind of game.
And even Horizon's so like the story's so good, and it's like the acting and like going back to Horizon. I gotta stop. We should call this the SonyCentric Podcast.
Oh, we get to talk about it every day, all day.
Every day, all day. Cool. What else is on our list? Oh yeah, that's right. Ghost Recon Wildlands beta came out recently and had a heavy flow of people coming in and playing it. People are loving it. And
yeah, I played around on that. That was really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this game that we don't really know about as of yet, as far as what Ubisoft is saying. Highlights were that Ghost Recon Wildlands missions were designed to be goal-focused. There's an emphasis on building a believable world. The thought process of design differs from other open-world games. And it is considered a tactical shooter. But the real thing that makes this game fantastic in that way is the sense that it's a military shooter with a massive open world and 4-player cooperative play, which is a blast if you have friends that you want to play with. I tried this game by myself and I was not having a good time because it's meant to be played with friends, and if you're a loser like me, it's just not okay.
I catch you there.
Hey,
yeah,
that's the part where you chime in and say you're not a loser.
Oh wait, you're not a loser, Donnie.
I'm just kidding. No, but it's if you got a good group of guys to roll with in this game, and you like men with beards, go for it.
Totally.
Go for it. But so far, yeah, people are getting. It's a lot of positive feedback from the beta that they put out. Speaking of betas, in some sad news, we're going to jump right to the next topic. Some sad news. Mass Effect Andromeda canceled their multiplayer test for that they were going to have.
Really?
Yeah. Sucks, right?
Any reason why?
Not too sure, but they are focusing on showing brand new stuff at PAX, where Outerhaven will be at PAX. We will be there. and they're going to show some new stuff. And I think they might even have booths to actually try the game out there.
Oh snap! Well, yeah,
So
if that's the case, they can wait till PAX. You don't.
So if you're heading to PAX this year, it's gonna be a lot of cool stuff happening over there. Oh, here we go. Check this one out. Horizon Zero Dawn's credits reveal more ex-Metal Gear staff working at Kojima Productions.
Ooh, wow.
So
I
I just can't believe what Kojima did with Konami, because when he left, I feel like he took everyone good with him. And Konami's just not gonna have to focus on pachinko machines. Very interesting.
Kojima delivers, so I understand if you need to, that team.
Yeah, he's. I'm sure he hired a bunch of those people too himself. Yeah.
My bad.
But Guerrilla Games' latest title, Horizon Zero Dawn, just came out, and naturally, some people already managed to get to the end credits. As we know, Kojima Productions is collaborating with the Dutch studio, as they will be using a modified version of their engine called the Decima engine for their first title, Death Stranding. To facilitate the partnership and exchange talent and ideas, Kojima Productions even opened a satellite studio and guerrilla office in Amsterdam. So these guys are like best buds now.
Right? I can't wait to see what they've
I know, right?
got in store, seriously.
I love it. I love that. In other news, Division players can be rest assured that Division updates will continue despite the whole Avatar game that is supposed to be coming out that will suffocate the MMO. So Division players, don't you fret, because updates will continue for your broken game. Ooh, snap! Sorry about that.
Oh.
Horrible. Don't hate me. That game had so much potential. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're telling me about that.
What do you think? Okay, let's get into some serious talk right now.
Yeah.
Because you are, if I'm not mistaken, you are an African American woman.
Yes, I am.
Okay. What do you think about the whole Mafia 3 thing about like the race card that was played in this game? Because right now there's a new article coming up about Mafia 3 was almost too racist, revealed by the developer at GDC.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play Mafia 3?
I haven't, but I have heard. I've heard about that part, like the racially, like the like it's based on New Orleans, like old back in the day New Orleans, or a type of New Orleans. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've seen like a few minutes of gameplay, and I know that there's some stuff dealing with like KKK and having to shoot people out, right? I haven't played it, but I've heard things. But I mean. I feel like what they do in Mafia 3 is they just tried to, tell a new story.
Speak about some real stuff that went down.
Yeah, just tell a new story and tell it in a way where, they're gonna tackle some real stuff. And I feel like, if you're not mature enough to maybe understand it in a real way, then maybe it might not be the game.
I think personally, I think it's good that they did this, but yeah. I think that if people are coming out and saying that they don't like the fact that they did this, I don't know. You're just making yourself look stupid. Like, things need to be told. Stories need to be told. Games they're not the same level they were years ago. You're not putting a game in a system and up, down, left, right, BA, select, start, and getting extra bullets. Games have become. They're blending and blurring the lines with film, and I am a full supporter in the fact of games doing what Mafia 3 has done, which is tell a story about racism that happened. It happened, and don't complain about it, because I don't see people complaining about the Holocaust. I don't see people complaining about it's a story that needs to be told. It's a story that's in our history books, and kudos to them for bringing a real life story like this and a situation like this that occurred. I mean, honestly, I played Mafia 3.
Okay.
I played it, and the game, it hit a point in me, and that point was that There was moments in time where I played this game where I'd walk into a bar, and because I was an African American male, I was shunned and pushed away and told that to get the fuck out of the bar. Like I felt like, okay, this is like real tension. Like this really went down. Like it taught me a history lesson. It taught me that back in the day there was so much hate, and you know, hate is still present in some way in our modern world in today's day and age. But compared to back then, I mean, we've made some progress. With everything going on nowadays, I just feel like it's an important game. It's an important story to be told. And if you're complaining about it, then you're part of the problem. That's all I'm going to say.
Right. You know, it's not all purple dragons and bandicoots, right?
Yeah. You know, it's good that a game comes out and has the balls to do something like that. Just like gaming is coming out and now talking about homosexual characters as well.
Exactly. We're covering so many topics these days, so we're just gonna have to,
I just feel like people need to relax and just, if movies can talk about it, games can talk about it, because games deserve just as much respect as movies, and that's where I'll leave that. Cool. So moving on, we have EA Star Wars action game. Will apparently be great for exploring the Star Wars universe. So I don't know. This is coming.
This is one from EA.
Yes, Electronics Arts executive Blake Jorgensen gives more hints of the upcoming games in the pipeline. So EA is working hard on some Star Wars stuff. Battlefront, the new Battlefront is supposed to have a storyline with it. You play Battlefront. I play Battlefront. Yeah. I love Battlefront now. I didn't love it in the beginning, but I love it now. But yeah, I think they're gonna do good with it. I think they're, gamers just have to speak their mind. They just have to come out and just talk. You know, like the more you complain, the more you bitch, the more these developers will be like, you know what, we're sorry. Like we're gonna fix this. You just can't let. That's why. And again, that's my issue with. For instance, to use as an example, The Legend of Zelda came out.
Right.
Now, I'm playing the game on the Switch, and as I'm playing it, I'm running through forest areas, etc., and there's some frame rate issues in this game. Like, frame rate dips from time to time. It's not unplayable, but there's moments in time where it gets pretty bad. And people, but the game is still getting 10s across the board. Right. That I don't agree with. I'm not about that life. I'm sorry, but if a game doesn't deserve a 10 in my eyes if it is releasing with something with a frame rate problem that should be focused on from the beginning. And if you don't speak your mind, and reviewers, us as journalists, people don't come out and say the problem and speak up about it and are honest about it in reviews and are honest about it in articles, these developers will think it's okay.
Exactly.
And that's where you have to speak up as a gamer. So if same thing would happen with Battlefront, people bitched and complained and made a huge deal about the fact that it didn't have a single player, because not everybody likes to play multiplayer. And now EA is doing something about it. So I feel like, I'm sorry, again, Zelda is a magnificent game, but again, I don't think that certain games should have certain leisure or certain, they shouldn't be better than others. Like they shouldn't get perfect review scores when they're not perfect, because that just gives a false sense of the developer being like, hey, I'm Zelda, I can do whatever the fuck I want, or hey, I'm EA, I can do whatever the fuck I want. No, you're not. We're buying your games, we're the fans, we're the ones buying the product. You're going to do what we want you to do, because without us you don't have anything.
Exactly.
So I guess the point I'm trying to make here is if you're a gamer, speak your mind and don't be afraid to. And anybody can do what we do, in the sense, not saying easy, but I'm just saying that don't be shy, speak up. That's what social media is for now. That, like, you're a gamer, you should be proud of it, loud and proud, and speak up and state your opinion and let people know what you think. Cool. So let's move on. Next in the news, we have Mega Man Legacy Collection developers are working on a new compilation. Cool. Little cool Mega Man news coming your way. So gaming news itself is really, this week is really, really focused on Switch and on Horizon Zero Dawn, which we were going to start talking about right now. So, Yanni, you're like I said, you're working on the review for Horizon Zero Dawn. Any gripes with the game so far? Anything that you think could be better or could have been better?
So far, and again, I'll be putting more hours into it this weekend. But so far, I don't have any gripes with the game. I love hunting. I love traveling. I love just like checking out like different parts of the world or different parts of the area. So far, I don't have any gripes. And again, I do have some more hours to put in the game. So.
Yeah, like I said, I did my review already. All I can say without any spoilers, the ending of this game is worth price of admission alone. Some tear jerking.
Oh man.
A little bit of tears in my face. A little bit of wet tears in my face. I was getting a bit emotional at the end when you find out everything that goes on. Obviously, it's no secret that this is a post-apocalyptic / prehistoric.
Yeah, it's starting to unfold for me.
Yeah, there's no secret that this is set into a post-apocalyptic, so far into future that it is prehistoric once again era. And with that, we have something was left behind. Us. As we are right now, something happened to us as a human race, and the way it unfolds and what you find out, very interesting. Guerrilla Games.
I can't wait.
Yeah, Guerrilla Games definitely crafted quite a tale, and they set it up for a continuation to move forward because I think that they knew the whole time what they had in their hands. They knew what they were trying to build, and man, this game is just like once you're done. You literally sit there and you're just like, I can't wait for Horizon 2.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's very, very, very good. Quick things about the game. If you are playing it on a PS4 Pro in 4K, in a 4K television, game looks fucking fantastic. If you're playing it on a regular PS4, rest assured, game still looks fine.
Oh yeah, it still looks great, but I want to see how it looks now.
So here's where you're going to be in for a bit of surprise, Yanni, because we spoke about this last time. With my Switch purchase, I decided, you know what? I'm doing good. I got a good job, making good money, enjoying my life. I asked my wife, of course, because of course you have to go through the wife. And I said, I am going to purchase a PS4 Pro right now with the Nintendo Switch. And I did it. I jumped.
Ooh, yay!
And the system looks like a cookie. That's fine. It looks like a nice, sexy cookie with its layered architecture. But it is... I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn again on it. Oh, so good.
Ew.
So good.
I bet it looks nice.
I literally play this game, and there was moments in time where I was just hunting. Just to hunt.
Yeah,
just to craft.
No, just to hunt. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was having a blast.
That's the thing. Like hunting in this game it really feels like hunting. Yeah, like you said, it's so fun. Like
now,
I feel like I normally. Oh, you were saying?
No, I'm sorry. I just picked my nose live on camera. What were you saying?
I was just saying. Normally, I wouldn't think to be interested in these kind of games, but like a hunting game. But this, yeah, the fact that I'm hunting like mechanical robots, it makes me feel less.
Did you manage to find? Because the one thing that it was like a pain in the ass for me to find. Have you found raccoon bones yet?
Bones.
Raccoon.
Oh,
yeah. You basically have to craft. There's a. That's the thing about this game is that it gives you that sense to where you're searching for things, and there was a certain point in the game because I love crafting, and this game is heavily based on crafting, and I was trying to upgrade my sharpshooter arrow my quiver for that to hold more arrows, and I had to find raccoon bone to finish up crafting it, and I couldn't find raccoon bone for the life of me, and it became like a game within a game. Like me, I was.
Wait for raccoon.
And it actually occurred. I started doing it after a significant part in the storyline wise in the game, and I remember just sitting there, and Aloy was like narrating, because you know how she narrates in her head.
Oh yeah.
She's like narrating, and she's like, I don't know, I have to, we have to figure out what's going on. We have to override these machines, and the whole time I'm like, just shut the fuck up, Aloy. I need to find a raccoon bone. You know, like that's what I'm about right now. It's so funny how it's that enjoyable, this game, that like I'm literally sitting there, and I made a game within a game searching for raccoon bones for like 3 hours. Super fun, and the side quests in it are enjoyable. You know, and the facial expressions and animations.
Oh my gosh, I'll talk to you about that. Their eyes, man. Their eyes.
So yeah, Yanni, what do you? Yeah, talk a little bit about that. What you seem like that really touched your soul. The faces in this game.
Yeah. You know when you're talking to like a fellow person in the game, you'll see their face up close. Their eyes in this game look so realistic, like, and yeah, it just looks so realistic. And their facial features, as you'll know, there's characters in the game that are related. Vala, Varl, and Sona, right?
Yeah.
So those three people, and when I see first you see Varl, first you see Vala, and then you see Varl. As soon as I saw Varl, I'm like, kind of looks like Vala. And then he mentioned that that's his sister. And then we see Sona, I'm like, she looks kind of like Vala. And then we learn that's Vala and Varl's mom. So I feel like they put a lot of.
I'm sure people out there are going to listen to this and that haven't played the game and be like, Varl and Vlara, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, these names too. But the detail with resemblance and the facial features in this game are amazing.
Yeah, for sure. So Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll say it once again, get out there and play this freaking game. Do yourself the favor, for sure. Game should be on the top of your list. And it's just a great time to be a gamer. It's a great time to be a nerd.
Yeah.
Seriously. Cool. So how much Horizon Zero Dawn talk can we possibly be talking about right now? Are there any other topics that you want to talk about, Yanni, in the PlayStation world that might be concerning you, or that you have a question about, or you know?
Well, I know that PlayStation VR got some hype this week actually at GDC.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that you guys. Well, I'm not sure if you know, but Donnie, I'm not sure if you know this, but PlayStation VR was anticipated at selling 1 million units in its first 6 months, and 4 months in, they've already reached 915,000 headsets. So they're definitely on mark at reaching that 1 million mark by the 6-month mark. That's exciting. And at GDC this week, they announced that they're going to have a lot of new games and apps in development. They said that 220 games will be in development, are in development, and 100 are supposed to come out sometime this year. And I wanted to know, Donnie, if you think, what you think about this in general, as far as new VR stuff coming out for PlayStation and such.
I think that Psychonauts and the Rhombus of Ruin, I'm going to shoot out a key title right there. Very, very short title, very good game, though, and showing how VR can be captured in an experience that is just a very, very good game. In general, shout out to Double Fine for that game. I think that PlayStation VR has a lot of potential. I think that we are still in the infantile stages of VR.
Yeah.
I think that once... it's weird. VR is a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss because they're still perfecting it, and people still get sick in VR. People still get dizzy. Some people don't like the way it feels. Some people are just old school gamers and want to have that controller in their hand and TV in front of them. So it's very much it's an issue that is hard to topple. And PlayStation PSVR is right now leading the march as far as VR is concerned, because obviously its competitors like the Rift and Vive, HTC Vive, they are it's a very expensive entry fee. That's not to say that PlayStation VR is cheap. PSVR is also an expensive entry, but in comparison to these other companies, it's a lower price point. And now with Oculus having the whole ZeniMax situation with them, a lawsuit and them losing, they're also kind of jittery right now as far as where they're going to be going for development. So right now it's HTC Vive and the PlayStation VR that are kind of standouts. And I think the PSVR offers a VR experience that is entry level. I think that it's a good start off point. I think that after playing Resident Evil 7 in VR, I can say that felt fantastic. Wow. The only gripe I have with VR, which I noticed in Resident Evil 7, was that because of the power, the graphical fidelity that it takes with these high-end machines to run games in VR, like the Oculus does and the HTC Vive does, you have your situations with PSVR where the graphics look almost watered down VR. And I think that'll be it'll be dealt with and handled in the future with more powerful systems coming out, and with the PS4 Pro, it already is helping out a bit. I think that a system that can really benefit from VR in the sense of giving you that graphical fidelity and that experience, a console in the console genre would be the upcoming Xbox Scorpio, just for the power level that it has. But keep in mind too that the Xbox Scorpio, when that launches finally, that's going to be the power of about a mid-range PC when it finally comes out, because the way PC moves is, it jumps so fast in how quickly new graphic cards come out, and that it's hard to keep up in a console generation. PlayStation VR, like I said, it's a good entry point, but it's still very infantile. And I think that even though we're seeing high numbers of it, I don't think that they're moving enough for them to really be focusing on it. I think that for a company like PlayStation, who in their subdivisions are making the most money right now in gaming alone, they are making the most money in gaming because they're suffering in their other divisions. For them to focus a lot of monetary, a lot of their, monetary value into VR, for them to invest into that, us as gamers and people who buy this stuff need to step up to the plate more and buy more of it and show them that there is an actual yearning and a want for this technology. And I don't think that's happening in the way they thought it was going to happen. I think that VR is going to be, there's going to be a new kind of technology that uses VR and kind of submerses you completely into the world. But as of right now, I've been in stores and I've talked to people about this. It's pricey to get in because already consoles are pricey and gaming is pricey.
Right.
And it's just it's a pricey thing to jump into for a lot of people. And unless you're a reviewer or a journalist or somebody that can get this stuff for free or get it sent to you by devs to review it and try it out, Not easy for a regular Joe, a regular Joe to go out there and drop $500 in a virtual reality headset and accessories. It's not easy, especially after dropping $400 on a PlayStation 4 Pro, or $250 to $300 on a PS4 regular.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that if the technology was cheaper, as far as a price point is concerned, I think more people would enter. But I think that it can't be cheaper because it's still fairly new.
Yeah, technology.
And of course, developers need to make a profit back on it. So you can't be like a Microsoft and make Xbox 360 and lose on every unit, but it won't even matter to you because your pockets run into the Earth's core. How they run. So PlayStation is not in that category. Even though they're number one right now in the gaming universe, even though they're number one in the industry, they're still playing catch up to Microsoft as far as the monetary value that Microsoft is worth in comparison to Sony. So yeah, as far as VR is concerned, I think it has a very, very good future, but I think we're still ways off from seeing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools for developers out now. So I hopefully we'll see a lot more information at E3 this summer.
Yeah. But yeah, the good question though, Yanni. I'm sorry I went on. I feel like sometimes I tend to get into a rant about these kinds of things, but
that's all right. Yeah.
It is. I'm all for it. I'm all for new technology making its way into gaming and turning gaming into something that can cater to everyone and anyone. And like I said, Nintendo Switch is a perfect example of this. It's the first console that is almost the same power as a PS4 and Xbox One, that you can literally play games on the go, and it feels great, and it feels great because it feels different. I'm not sitting there saying like it's the best console in the universe. I'm sitting there saying like it feels good because it brings a fun back into gaming. So, and I think that Sony is doing that as well, but Sony's doing that more with its amazing IPs.
Okay, I agree with that. They're telling a lot of stories. You got Uncharted and The Last of Us. They're doing that.
They have a lot of very, very, very high, good developers underneath them that are working for them. Now with Guerrilla Games and Naughty Dog, it's almost like they're unstoppable with the IPs that can come out on the system. So, woohoo, Sony, good stuff. So, oh yeah, forgot to say one thing. What did I have to say? A bit confused. Oh, what do you think about the whole the new Shadow of War, the Middle Earth Shadow of War?
Oh, I saw the trailer for that. And again, I haven't played. When I was at GameStop, it was between getting that last Shadow of Mordor game and Destiny, and I went with Destiny. But, this trailer looks really good. It looks really good. You played the last one, right?
Yeah. A standout for the last one was the Nemesis system. And that's something that really made that game very different in the way it felt, with the whole kind of going to put it this way. There was a lot of beef in that game. There's a lot of like, yo, I got a problem with you and you got a problem with me. We're going to fight it out. And if you lose, then I'm going to get stronger and become a general in an orc army. And I'm going to talk shit to you for like 2 minutes. And it's funny because these orcs in this game, in the Middle Earth game, that they have this dialogue. It literally gets you angry losing to them because they talk so much shit to you.
Oh man, I wouldn't like that.
And they're even ramping that up even more in the next one, in the sequel. So that's very interesting to look at. But the whole progressing system of like an orc remembering who you are, and if they kill you, they get higher in the ranks, and then you have to face them again. There's even points where you literally you fight orcs, and then like if they come back and they have like scars because they run away from you sometimes, and they come back with like a scar in their face and be like, "You gave me this scar," like,
Wow.
and it's really cool what they did, and I'm looking forward to the Nemesis system that's going to be completely revamped for Shadow of War, Middle Earth Shadow of War, which should be pretty impressive. And the trailer that came out, although the trailer was obviously not gameplay,
of course not.
was impressive in the sense of the feel that it gave, that this is going to be a darker tone, and already the first one was pretty somber, but yeah, that's cool, man. Who doesn't want Lord of the Rings in a mature setting?
Right.
Cool, Yanni.
Yeah,
So
oh yeah,
Wait.
you're saying?
Oh, he's not. You were saying. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh no, that comes out this fall, right?
Yeah,
Or
it's
yeah.
it's gonna be on a PS4 Pro. It's gonna be on like every console, and it's also been confirmed that it's going to be on one of Xbox's one of Xbox Project Scorpio's titles. That will Scorpio.
Awesome.
So, but other than that, I really good podcast. We're at the end of it right now. We hope you guys all enjoyed it. We hope that we were able to bring you information and just talk the talk and walk the walk, so to speak, when it comes to Sony and all things with Sony and new news in Sony's in Sony news. I don't know what I'm saying or what I'm trying to say. I'm just babbling on right now. Yanni, what do you think about it? I think it was a good podcast overall.
Yeah, definitely. We discussed some Horizon for sure. And then we got into some, definitely some news, a lot of news of the week. So I'm glad we got to cover it all.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, this is what it is. SonyCentric Podcast, a little different than what you guys are used to. But me and Yanni plan to. That's something that we're striving to do. Obviously, I was brought on board to bring a bit of difference to this podcast, and I'm glad that I'm able to do that. And I hope that it is enjoyable to all of you out there listening. We are super excited to be working with Outerhaven Productions and doing this podcast for them. And I love talking with Yanni every week. She's a fellow Sony fan, so she's awesome as well. Newbie like me. So yeah, it's cool. What do you that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, I can go into other topics. Like I said, big topics this week were definitely Horizon Zero Dawn and obviously the Switch, but this is not a Nintendo podcast. We do have a Nintendo podcast on Outerhaven, our site, so definitely go check that out as well if you're interested in what's going on with the Switch. And yeah, so if you have any questions for me, I can be found at CIARLO1983. That is my Twitter. If you feel like going on there and being like, Donnie, you rock, or Donnie, you suck, whatever you feel like doing, by all means. And let us know what you think in the comments below, because this is also a video podcast as well with full video. You can see my glorious face in all of its picking nose fashion. I think I picked my nose like twice on this podcast. It's horrible. So yeah, definitely comment below. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you want us to any subjects that you want us to speak about in the next podcast. Please feel free to comment. We will take it into consideration, and we are all about the fans here at Outerhaven. You can also find me on my other YouTube channel, Neobytes, where I have my weekly podcast, Bit News, as well as reviews, etc., all things gaming. So check that out as well, youtube.com/Neobytes. And yeah, Yanni, you want to
Yeah, well, again, I love talking to you guys every week, especially on PlayStation stuff. You guys can find me on Twitter at Yanni Bonnie. And yeah, you guys can shout me up there, talk to me about Horizon, what you guys like so far.
Cool. Awesome. So without further ado, this is where we end this podcast. I'm Donnie.
And I'm Yanni.
And we look forward to speaking with you guys again next week about the hottest news in the Sony universe. You guys have a great night.